They are being called lost souls. Thousands of people whose remains were discovered at the Oregon State Mental Hospital.
Their remains were cremated, stored in cans on a shelf in a forgotten room, never claimed by families. Chris Holmstrom learned today what the state's now doing to make sure those people are not forgotten.
I'm out here at the former Oregon State Hospital. This is the psych ward where thousands of people came to live. In fact, many of them even died here, alone, without family. And today, those that were forgotten are remembered. We're talking about more than 3,400 people whose remains were never claimed by family or friends.
That we treated them as they never existed.
Many of them mentally ill patients who died while living in the state hospital between the late 1880s and 1970s. And when they died, they were put in these copper urns and locked away. Now, these artists are bringing their stories to light.
We ended up making 3,500 urns that are embedded in the walls. And then we were allowed to use these urns to, I guess, introduce to the public that they existed. One by one, they transferred the ashes, giving them back their name that they lost so many years ago. When we first made that puncture in the center, there was kind of a pressure of air releasing, and it really felt like relief. Each urn, a different person, a different story. But in the end, they were all outcasts from society, all because of their mental illness. It's not a subject that people like to discuss. You shy away from it, or you're sometimes shamed by it. But it's an illness like any other illness. I learned it was State Senator Peter Courtney that brought the issue to light after touring the hospital a decade ago. He tells me he wanted to create a memorial to honor them and raise awareness about the stigma behind the mentally ill.
I think now we almost lead the nation in our views on mental health and how we're trying to treat it. So this is their sacrifice. They brought us here today to this point. They brought us here.
And now a final resting place for thousands who were once forgotten.
Nobody, once they passed away, had ever thought about them again. And they would have stayed that way. And I think that's the important lesson for us to continue to learn.
This memorial is now open to the public. To find out the list of names that were honored here, we've put a link on our website, KOIN.com. Reporting in Salem, I'm Chris Holmstrom, KOIN 6 News.